G'day and welcome back. My name is Stu. I'm from Plan Manage Assist and this is NDIS TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read. Once again, I'm joined by my friend Tanya from the Identity Clinic. It's wonderful to have you back again. And this time we're actually going to be looking at about yourselves, about mental health and well-being for you as providers, participants, family of participants, all of you that are involved in the scheme. And actually remember that, you do need to look after yourself. And Tanya, we've got some thoughts about the benefits of self-care and why we should be doing it. Again,
absolutely. So I think a lot of us tend to think of, and especially people that do work in the disability and the caring space, and which is fantastic, but we need to make sure that we're okay first. I think another way to be thinking about self-care is to sort of make it part of your daily routine. I think it's good to think of it as like multifaceted. So you've got, your physical needs and you've got your spiritual needs and your emotional needs, and those are really important as well. So making sure that you are incorporating just little things into your day-to-day makes it a lot easier to look after the people that we care about.
And you're absolutely right. But I think more than anything, this is probably linking back to our own resilience. And I guess that to me is really one of the benefits, is that I'm looking for the ability to be able to give more and to be able to do beyond what I'm doing, and not because I'm doing it because I want to be selfish and take time for myself. It's not that at all. It's that I want to be able to give more to participants, to other providers, to those people in my own network as well. Yeah. And so I guess this is kind of draws to that parallel, the idea of, looking after yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Tell me a bit more about what you think should be happening there.
Yeah, I think, and I guess, people that do work in disability, we're very empathetic. But in terms of self-care, it really is okay to be selfish and to give yourself permission to take the time, whether you've got kids or whether you've got a partner at home. It really is okay to say, this is actually what I need for myself, and this is what I need so that I can keep supporting the people that I need to support. So whether that is, personally, I go to the gym, which is, really important for me to, but it really is important to really just assure yourself that you aren't being selfish. It is really important to be able to make sure that you have the right foundation there so that you are able to give to those that you love and that you care for. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs is, the basic things that we need, food, shelter. Sort of the middle, I think, is self-care and making sure that you, have your own fuel to pull from when we're giving so much to other people. So.
Absolutely. And I think I want to draw it back to another cliche, because I'm so loving these cliches at the moment. You know what? I'm going to fill my own cup up before I then go and try and fill those of those around me. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's the idea of putting your own mask on first is there for a reason.
I also think that you also need to keep in mind who you're setting an example for.
Let's go down the path of that I do need to do something for myself. What would be the 5 steps that I need to take to better self-care? What do those things look like?
Yeah.
Let's go clickbaity.
Yeah. So 5 steps. So the first thing, so the 5 elements of self-care. So connecting with other people, that's one way to fill 2 cups at once, technically.
Ooh. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, because you're then taking care of your friend as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, so what's number 2?
Another good component of self-care is being physically active. So sort of moving, and so it seems like a contradiction, but the more you move, the more energy you have, which,
The thing that I want to point out is that being physically active, I can just be doing something simple with a mate or, whatever, or even just with some...
Or the dog. Take the dog around the block. Go and sit at a park. You've already walked to the park.
So what's number 3?
Learn a new skill
okay.
that can help with boosting self-confidence and raising your self-esteem.
Okay, yeah.
Sort of giving you a sense of purpose. And I guess if it's something related to, the work that you do or the clients that you work with, that can be beneficial for everyone. So it's also keeping your brain active.
What else we got? Number 4.
Giving to others. So being altruistic, and it can create positive feelings for yourself and you're helping others. So, it can be volunteer work. It can be
maybe something that you're passionate about, or maybe a cause, for example. It might be going down to volunteer like a local animal shelter, or it might be doing something along those lines.
I mean, it could be something like that. It could be helping out a friend with something, something kind. It could be volunteer work.
Okay, and so what's number 5?
So the last element is being present. So practicing mindfulness. So not worrying about what's happening next week, not worrying about what happened last week. You're focusing on being where you are and being with who you're with. And that really does help with, people being aware of their bodies as well. So whether it's a yoga class or whatever you need to be doing, feeling grounded. So, I can see stew, I can smell my own perfume. But being present in the room is really important. So you're not mentally elsewhere.
And I guess for those that want to do more mindfulness activities, there are plenty of those on YouTube where you could just simply find a good space, sit down, put some headphones on and just listen. And it's almost like that guided meditation kind of thing where it's not quite to that extreme, but it just gives them that chance to have those instructions of what mindfulness is, to then use that as a method of healing can sometimes take a bit more practice or a bit more instruction for those of us that haven't done it before.
Definitely.
So it would absolutely be beneficial.
Yeah. And I mean, even something as simple as, 10 deep breaths, counting it out and actually paying attention to how your breath feels when you're inhaling and how it feels when you're exhaling. Something as simple as that can sort of ground you and bring you back to where you are. So, that's a very simple example, but it really does help. And there's, like you said, there's YouTube, there's so many different apps. There's a yoga channel that I like to watch on YouTube, and that's really about, focusing on where you are. And so yoga, for example, you need to focus on the breath as well. So that really is good for grounding you and bringing you back to where you are. So like a 10-minute yoga thing will change the rest of your day.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I was just going to say, is that doing that early in the morning would be a really good setup for your day. If it's just, you haven't had your morning coffee yet, before you actually get that going, you might do that first and then have the coffee and then let the caffeine roll.
That's it.
Exactly. Cool. Well, look, Tanya, if they do want to learn more, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, finish the video first, then go up to the top and start searching for other stuff. Don't do it yet. And then when you get the chance, if you've got a particular instance that you found that was really helpful, feel free to leave it in the comments underneath. If you're listening on Spotify, there are loads of mindfulness podcasts that you can be listening to on Spotify. Again, take a moment to take stock of yourself, because again, as we were saying before, you do need to take care of yourself. I know I need to, and I'm going to try and make a bit more of a effort in looking after myself so that I can continue to look after others. So Tanya, thank you so much again for joining us. Namaste.
Thank you for having me.